At least in this software, it says that we are live.
Hi,
Hello.
we're back. It's been a hot minute. It's
Yeah,
been a
it was
while.
a whole. The last digit of the year has changed since the last time we've been here.
Yeah, later than usual.
And 2022 has been quite a busy one.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's the excuse we're going with.
I sure. Let's go with that. That's the excuse we're going with.
But yeah,
So
we are back, and so is Apple.
yes, yes they are. So Apple has announced a new event called Peak Performance.
Peak performance.
I I don't necessarily. Okay, so of course their standard rumors are like, okay, this is gonna have the iPhone SE, it's gonna have an iPad, but in my opinion, that has nothing to do with the word peak or performance.
I like the way I
Oh,
like
and
the
it's
little
not,
pun they went with peak.
yeah, it's not the normal peak. It's like look around the corner type of peak.
It's like we're not seeing the top of the line stuff like the peak performance, but we get a little peek at the performance. It's kind of cute, actually.
Yeah, but that implies that there's something else. But I don't know what it is.
It's a very good question. It could be anything. Could be everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's also rumors that maybe the M2 is going to come out, but
That's a possibility. I mean, that's been their main that's been their performance drive as of recent. So I guess I can kind of see them doing some kind of update to it. Does feel kind of like a I'm not sure. It seems like early years tends. I could be wrong. It tends not to be the time that this kind of news pops up. But I mean, they
I
do what they do.
yeah, they I mean, I thought the early is pretty much when normally like Macs get released.
Yeah, it could be. Oh, yeah, because I think the earliest. Oh, I'm Big Hal. Hello, welcome.
Oh,
It has been a hot
it's
as has been mentioned. It has been a hot minute, and surprise, surprise, we came back just in time for an Apple event.
it yeah, it just turns out like that. I mean,
Yeah, what are the odds? I mean, it's not like we planned it or well, we didn't plan it. If anything, he might have planned it, but no,
it's
I'm not
funny
going.
because he literally before we started streaming, he asked me like, "Why do you want to stream tomorrow?" I'm like, "Because there's an event tomorrow."
There's an event tomorrow. Yeah, no joke. I have absolutely. I am hearing this Apple event news pretty much the same time that you all are. So
Yeah, I
we're gonna be 3 months, man.
yeah.
2021, but we're
Well, I mean,
back.
we said that we had goals. We said that we were going to be consistent, and this
And
this
we
is
were
the most
consistently
consistent.
gone. We were consistently away for 3 months. So now the consistency changes today to now be consistently on air. Yes, I had the Santa glasses. It was still holiday season, which could possibly also explain why we needed to take 3 months off because holiday season takes a toll.
Oh yeah,
Holiday
we were just
season is
hibernating for the past like
yeah,
3 months.
but winter is coming to a close. The spring is out. The non-existent Hawaiian snow is gone, has melted away.
It's called rain, Jared. Rain. Let's be
Uh,
honest with ourselves here.
Speaking out, the rain is probably coming back, so that's gonna be a thing. But anyway, beyond that though, Point is, we have awoken from our slumbers thanks to the um, Apple notifications of their upcoming event. And yeah, right now we're currently in the midst of speculating what they mean by peak performance. By peak, they mean PEK, so less of top, kind of a play on top performance, but also like you get to have a sneak peek at this performance or something like that.
Yeah.
And one of the possibilities is the M2, into which case I can see that being a possibility. Thinking back on it now, because if we're, as you mentioned previously, I think yeah, like the earliest versions of like the MacBook, was it like the MacBook Air, like the Mac Mini, were
Yeah.
all early year stuff. So yeah, I could definitely see how that leads
And
into a
as you said earlier, it's like a peak of their performance, and the M something line has been their you know their
yeah,
I'm
that
not gonna
has
say low end, but it's low end for Apple.
no, yeah. It's interesting because it's like both their low end, but at the same time, it's like the whole like M chip line has pretty much defined like ideal ARM performance in a way, when at least when it comes to like the laptop and uh, mini desktop space.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That I still can't believe that. So how's your laptop been working out for you?
Oh, the laptop itself has actually been working out fairly well. Um, I occasionally do feel like I'm about to break the trackpad every time I need to make a left click. But that's mostly because I tend to press hard on trackpads. But I mean, it feels both solid, but at the same time solid enough to the point where it's going to provide enough resistance for it to not want to click anymore afterwards. But otherwise, still still solid all around. Um, yeah, only issue I've ever had with it was there was one period in time where my computer tricked, or at least the Find My tricked me to believing that it was somewhere across the island when it was in fact at home. But
Oh,
otherwise, um, Cassis would stay to watch, but I gotta head to sleep. Love you too, Cassis. Best of luck to you, sir. Get some sleep. I'll see you in about 2 hours. I'm kidding. Can't wait to hear from you again in 2 hours. It'll be fun.
I know. Ooh.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're gonna miss out on all of this sneak peek at Apple event goodness. But the good news is the event is tomorrow. So if you happen to want to pull an all nighter tomorrow, well, we'll definitely have much more to talk about then. I'm pretty sure. But sorry. In the meantime,
I love the fact that in Hawaii, since it's so we're so behind in time, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning when Apple events start.
oh yes, I can witness the entire event during peak rush hour traffic. It's gonna be great.
Hey,
My
peak
data rate's gonna go
performance.
through the roof, but yeah, get to experience that peak performance on the way to peak performance from the stuff in the event, and peak performance, utilizing my time to learn stuff for the TechNet show while on the way to work. So I mean, no time wasted. A lot of data wasted, but no time wasted.
I'm lucky because I don't have a data limit.
Yeah, I think mine's shared with the family. They don't use too much data, so I'm sure I'm sure I'll be fine. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see if they start complaining about extra charges at the end of the
Yeah,
month.
too much peak performance out of that event started costing me.
Speak
Yeah, so I'm sorry.
But another thing that I've seen some rumors about them maybe releasing another screen.
Screen.
or like
Nice.
something to do with actual, something big when it comes to the actual, display or something like that. Because that would be a good play on that word.
That's true. It does give it. It does lean very heavily onto the visual part of it, uh, and
And
greater
if
screens still translate to a different type of peak performance. So
and if you actually look at the actual, the what's it called, the graphic, the invite, whatever you want to call that thing, it's very dark. And just putting on my conspiracy theorist hat here. I don't have one. My tinfoil hat. I wish I had one. Do you have
yeah,
one?
well, we'll invest in some. We'll invest in some tinfoil for. Oh, we can't do that for next time because next time the event would have already happened. But next time we
Yes.
need to speculate. We'll invest in some aluminum foil. We'll make ourselves some hats. We'll get all dressed up for the conspiracy party. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So, what? So pretty much what I'm thinking is maybe it has to do with that. Maybe it has to do with like how they've been really pushing mini LED lately, and how it has like really black blacks like OLED.
No, yeah.
So that picture that they sent out it would be perfect on a mini LED screen.
Hmm. Oh yeah, that would be legit. Both the vividness in the blacks as well as I'm assuming with that vivid or that darker blacks, you can get a lot more color to pop. That would be that would be prime, and
So
it's definitely not their most. Well, yeah, it's definitely um
and
definitely one of those where the color is like trying to pop as much as it
yeah, and it
possibly
has that
can.
like glow to it too.
Yeah, I love that Gaussian blur, motion blur kind of glow effect. If you've ever seen any form of thumbnail that I've ever created outside of this, you've probably been. I use that Gaussian blur quite a bit.
That's what I'm just seeing. I mean, of course, it just might be a throwback to the fact that Apple's logo used to be multicolored, but wow.
It's an oddly interesting way to show that off. Definitely fits in with the monitor theory, I believe. That would be really cool to see. I would. It would be. That'd be something nice.
Hmm.
Maybe everything with a screen is getting an upgrade in some way, shape, or form.
I don't think that everything is. I mean, unless Apple has figured out how to do like micro LED, but I don't think they've figured that one out yet.
Yeah, could still be in the works. But wouldn't that be one heck of a surprise, though? I mean, we're probably not going to hear as micro LED. We're probably going to, um, what's their usual naming convention for their
What
like
what do
red?
they call the MacBooks display? The Retina Pro XDR or something like that?
I think so.
Oh,
Does it
it's
include
the
liquid?
Liquid Retina
Yeah.
XDR display. There you go.
Okay. So the upcoming Pro line is going to have the Liquid Retina Pro XDR plus displays.
Oh, oh, and guess what? I just looked it up. The iPhone screen is even better. The iPhone
Oh
13
no.
Pro screen. Wanna take a guess? Wanna take a go?
Does it still include Liquid Retina?
Nope.
Are we still
Oh,
Liquid Retina?
it's OLED, Jerry. It's OLED.
Oh, it's OLED. Uh, does it actually say OLED?
No, it doesn't.
Of course, it doesn't. Um, let's see.
It's a name.
It's a name. Shoot. Was this also the one that they were touting its durability, or was that back at 12?
I think that might have been. Well, I mean, they tout its durability like every year.
That's true. uh, shoot. Does it have to do with a gem, like a sapphire or like
No.
platinum? Oh, okay. Wow. Does it have? Uh, oh shoot, I'm drawing a blank. Okay,
Oh.
I yield. What is?
So they kept the XDR, but it's a super Retina XDR display with
Uh
promotion.
oh, of course. Yeah, yeah.
With
Gotta chuck in
promotion.
with promotion. Oh man, gotta. That's right. They have promotion in that. Right,
That's why I looked at it. I was like, oh my gosh. This
man.
is
My thought process was entirely backwards with that. It's like I don't know what their naming is, but I'm pretty sure they kept liquid, but they threw out liquid and kept everything else, and threw in super with promotion.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing here. I'm just gonna stop questioning it and let them
Uh,
let them let them do them.
you do you, Apple. You do you. I will give them credit where credit is due. It's not the craziest naming convention I've ever heard, but it's something.
Oh, you mean like I know has barely anything to do with technology, but do you know what Canon's cameras naming conventions are right now?
Did they change it up recently?
Okay, tell me which one's the highest end one.
Oh
I'll
no.
name some. I'll name the cameras. EOS R, EOS
Okay.
R3,
Okay.
EOS R5, or EOS R6.
Traditional naming convention would tell me it would have been the six, but because this is a question, I'm assuming that's a trick, and I'm not gonna go with that. On the other end, it could be possible with like lower numbers, so it could be possible that the R is the highest end, but I'm wondering if that's also a trick and somewhere in the middle is the correct answer. So I'm going to guess three. ESR
And you would be
three, lock it
correct.
in. Oh heck yeah.
The
I
EOS
swear I
R
know
was the
nothing.
first one. Then they jumped up to EOS R5.
Why?
I don't know why. And it had overheating issues, and the R6 fixed the heat overheating issues. And then
And
they just came out with the R3.
what happened to two?
I don't know. Maybe that's the next one.
Oh jeez. We're going back. We're going back.
No,
No.
no, no. We know that the R1 would make the most sense.
The R1 would make the most sense. You know what? That's fair. R0, peak perfection. Canon just doesn't need to make anything after that.
Okay, I know this is still like a rabbit hole, but let's talk about Japanese companies for the moment. Just
Oh,
let's talk about Japanese companies for a moment.
where do you want to start?
Why do they not know how to name products at all?
All
Like
right.
Sony, what was it? That WXM
Oh, you can
one?
get the WXM 1000. No,
No,
no
W.
There's WH 1000 MX4, and I think there's also WM 1000 MX4.
No, the WF, because F
WF
is
1000
the what's it called again? The true wireless.
F4. Yeah,
Yeah.
which nothing in the words true wireless has an F in it, but I actually don't know where that F comes from. I get the H because I can assume. I imagine headphones. But sorry. Anyway,
Yeah.
fins. I don't know. Yeah, Sony's headphone naming convention will forever elude me. Credit where credit is due, though. They are the most consistent in their mainline PlayStations
Oh yeah,
compared to
you're right.
everyone else's console
You're right.
names.
So it's
I
like
mean,
PlayStation 1, well, not PS1.
oh yeah,
It's
the original
PlayStation
PlayStation 2,
2, 3, 4,
3,
5.
4, and Pro somewhere in the middle.
And then there's like, well, Sega's like Genesis, Saturn, Mega Drive,
Yeah.
Dreamcast. I know that's completely out of order, but
Oh yeah, but they have all their fancy names for theirs.
and then
Nintendo will
Nintendo,
forever be banned for making new Nintendo 3DS a naming
oh,
thing.
Wii
Uh,
U, Wii U,
oh, the Wii U, everyone's
the
favorite accessory that's
accessory
not
to
an
the Wii.
accessory.
Oh my
that
god.
that one hurt so much. But uh current all-time favorite is either the Wii U and the new naming brands of Nintendo, or whatever cycle we're currently on with the Xbox Series.
Okay, but I never expected Nintendo to do practical naming conventions. So the Switch OLED threw me for a loop.
Yeah. Yeah, surprising they haven't tried to give it a fancier name like Switch Plus or Switcher. I don't know.
I mean, I might be like not thinking, like I might not be giving the non-techie audience enough credit, but I don't think that non-techie people know what OLED is. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah, if
But
anything, I'm assuming. Yeah, there's a possibility there. Well, they've seen the branding of OLED on, if you're passing by like the TVs in Walmart or Costco, you see like OLED on the box.
I mean, would you actually see OLED at Walmart?
I don't know about Walmart. I feel like I see that.
Oh
Do they
yeah,
put
at
OLED?
Costco, yeah, but I don't think I've seen OLED at Walmart. I think it's too expensive.
Yeah, I don't know. You never know, man. Walmart comes in clutch sometimes.
Sometimes.
It depends. I guess it depends on the Walmart, but the stories that involve finding specific things in Walmart, many have died on a trek. Anyway, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, it's definitely one of the more straightforward tech things to actually be incorporated into a name.
Yeah. At least you're not calling it the Super Retina XDR display with
Yes,
promotion.
with promotion. I got to include the promotion. Got to promote the promotion. It's important.
Actually, it's because the iPhone 13 has a Super Retina XDR display.
Oh yeah, all you can get with or without promotion. That's
Yep.
right. That was it. That adjustable 120 hertz. That's an optional thing.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Took
I would have thought they would have some weird name for it, honestly.
Yeah. I'm sure. So at the very least, we can count on the fact that if this event is involved with dishing out brand new display types, we are be sure that we have absolutely no idea what they're actually going to call
I
it.
I will make a prediction. It will
Oh,
have the word retina in it.
that's a good. I'll take. I won't take. I will agree to that. It'll have Retina somewhere. Does Ultra fit into the Apple brand? I feel like they don't really do Ultra.
I don't think so.
Actually, that seems like that's Samsung's thing, isn't it? So I don't know
Mhm.
if they would. Would they utilize something like Micro or Mini into a Mini Retina XDR display
I
with
don't think
promotion?
so. It would be nice if they made another XDR display though. Their
Hmm.
current XDR display is like really out. It's not really outdated now that I think about it. The Pro Display XDR is a
Yeah,
nice display,
I think the
except
thing's pretty still solid. Yeah,
it's stupidly expensive.
it is.
And how much did the stand cost again? I forget.
Oh, a lovely low budget cost of $9.99.
There you go. There you go. Yep.
Everyone's favorite favorite meme of that era. It's just an unfortunate way to market that one.
Honestly, probably not. I mean, Apple historically has always released the iPhone, their mainline iPhones. So, like 14, I mean 13, 12, all of them have always been in September or October.
No,
Just
yeah, kind of near
generally that.
mid to late. Usually their second to last event, and then their last event they usually pull out. Well, last time they put out the Mac Pros.
Yeah. So it's probably gonna be their budget stuff like the we're probably gonna see an SE.
Yeah, brand new SE potentially on the horizon, possibly with a beefed up display if we're sticking to the display team. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be better than your than their current stuff or whatever they're dishing out with the 14. That would be interesting.
I I'm just gonna say this. I firmly believe that their SE is the most impressive phone in their lineup.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
because of any sort of technical reason, but because I don't know how Apple was able to sell this thing for $400.
Hmm. I can see that.
Because it's like
Yeah, they
look at
still
like
pack.
all
Oh, sorry.
what I mean, look at like all the competition. Like for $400, you're not gonna get a phone that's gonna last this long that has that good of a processor.
Hmm.
I mean, they've been killing it on the budget side.
No, yeah.
I mean, yeah. So it's
No, yeah. It's been solid stuff. They know what to they know what to cut out, and they know what to keep in for their budget options.
the funny thing is that I remember that Android used to be like king of budget.
Yeah.
I mean, like sure they have cheaper phones, but there's
I missed the Poco phone. That was a big thing at one
you
point.
know it's one of those things of like okay, but once you hit that price point, realistically, there's it's just significantly better than everything else.
No, yeah. It's a solid buy, and can guarantee you the thing's going to have support that's much longer last than any Android phone that you would get. Seems to be a running thing that um, it's always nice to give credit where credit is due. That support cycle is.
You know what? Let's give credit where credit's due. Samsung has been doing amazing at software updates as of late.
Oh,
The S10 is going to be getting Android 12 this month.
oh, it's staying alive.
And they have pretty much, I think that of all their future phones, they promised 4 years of Android
Oh,
OS
well, they went to four
updates.
now. Oh,
So it's not like security updates, it's full
full
fledged.
on OS updates.
Yes,
So you could even be looking at like a couple months, like an extra year of security, possibly.
probably. I mean, that still doesn't really touch like Apple's like 5, 6 years of support, but That's
Gotten close.
huge.
That's basically over double than what
Remember
traditional
like
Android
3 or
has
4
been.
years ago when you had like 1 year of support and that's it? You get like one
Yeah,
major OS update.
pretty
I
much.
remember
Yeah,
living that life.
yeah. My S8 still lives that life.
But now you're talking about like 4 years? I mean,
Yeah, that's impressive. Glad to see they're jumping onto the longevity support train.
no. What I want to know is how did they convince Qualcomm?
Did they connect? uh, did they give them a choice? They're like, hey man, here's the deal. We just want to support these phones for 4 years. We just need you along for the ride, man. You gotta dish out them updates.
Yeah.
I feel like they
Uh,
have enough buying. They could potentially have enough buying power to have enough persuasion power to get them to keep that update cycle going.
I mean, seeing the fact that Samsung's pretty much a bit more is more than half of all of Android phones out there, I would assume so.
At this point, if they don't have the persuasion buying power, no one does. That just means Qualcomm's just doing their own thing.
Don't they just always do their own thing though?
They really do kind of live in their. They always give off the vibe that they kind of live off in their own little bubble,
Yeah.
keeping up with their own pace. They're
It's
like,
like
it's okay. Well,
they don't acknowledge anyone else.
nothing else is really happening. They literally embodied the idea of like that whole run your own race kind of thing. Like that's just their general vibe. They're like I guess the chip equivalent of Nintendo almost. But Nintendo's running some a really weird race of their own, but they're still running their own race.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say that you want better performance? Oh, don't worry. We got a new screen for you.
Uh, I'm sorry, better performance. I heard better kickstand.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about that for a moment. Whoever designed that first kickstand, what were you thinking?
This kicks the kickstand hurts.
It feels like it'll break off. And not
I
only
think I
that, you like need to break your nail to even get it out to begin with.
yeah, and
Well, unless it's broken, then well.
yeah. Pretty sure I only open the kickstand once, and that's to get to the micro SD card slot. I think that's right behind it, if I remember correctly. So I'm never opening that kickstand again. It's never leaving the dock. If we happen to meet up at a Starbucks or something and want to play something, that thing is just laying on the flat on the table, and we just gotta stare down at the screen. That kickstand ain't gonna last.
Exactly. Oh man. Yeah. So you know what? I'll give them credit there. They listened.
They got
Something.
one thing.
They probably looked at it as like, what's the easiest request that we could fulfill? Kickstand.
Everything else, oh, that seems kind of pricey. I don't know if we want to really up that much. Oh, they want to fix the kickstand? Oh, good. I want to fix that thing too. Let's get.
What I want to know is how. I didn't even realize that Nvidia even makes those chips anymore. I haven't heard the Tegra line in ages.
And Nintendo's working its magic and reviving old Nvidia chips back from the dead. So these days, companies like Realme, Xiaomi, Samsung, and even OnePlus are providing 3 or 4 cameras in the budget segment. Will one camera survive or enough? Will one camera survive or enough for everything?
What I've noticed with budget cameras, you get a lot of focal lengths, but the sensors are kind of bad most of the time. I know that Samsung has been getting a lot better on their budget cameras. If I recall correctly, Realme, Xiaomi, uh, I, mm, I like I like colors.
Colors are nice.
Colors are nice. OnePlus has actually been doing pretty well, but uh, the problem with OnePlus is that, at least in North America, they don't sell their low end stuff. They only they realize they normally only sell their flagships.
Yeah. So it feels like a weird thing to say that the brand that has labeled itself as one of the flagship killers, and now we only can get their flagships.
You know what I want from OnePlus? I don't.
A flagship
I
killer.
I don't need. Okay, I have issues with the Nord. Is that what they call it? It's a Nord, right? The OnePlus Nord.
Oh yeah, the OnePlus Nord VPN. I mean, the OnePlus Nord.
Okay, the biggest reason why I need to ask that is because there's a really high end keyboard called the Nord Stage.
No.
Like, not keyboard as in like mechanical keyboard. I'm talking about actual like piano keyboard.
Oh, like a keyboard.
Like
Keyboard. I
there's a
see. I
really
see.
there's a really high end like it. Yeah, it's
Yeah. Oh, if it's any consolation, my first thought still goes to the VPN.
yeah. Well, either way. So I don't. The Nord like rubs me the wrong way. It's because they use subpar components. It I remember some people say that's like OnePlus going back to the roots, but no, it's not really, because OnePlus used to pack like the top of the line processor and sacrifice everything else inside of their product.
Yeah, that was a very big thing. I remember correctly. If you don't care about like camera or like super high refresh rates, I think
It
their
had a
charger, if
glass
anything,
back,
yeah,
but it didn't have like wireless charging. The
they
cameras
always
are
touted
meh.
fast charging, if anything.
Oh yeah, they did. And they gave you a red cable too.
Yeah, not definitely not losing that.
Yeah. But I miss that. And
Yeah,
and like, it was like $500 while everything else was like 800.
yeah.
And
So it was a compelling buy if all you really needed was a good smartphone to get you by. But eventually they started upping all the different stuff, getting some upgrades here and there, and all of a sudden they have a flagship style phone, but it's flagship style price in comparison to the other flagships. So they've kind of, it's like they've gained kind of sort of a flagship phone, but they kind of lost their OG, the original reason why OnePlus was like OnePlus.
yeah. I mean, they're owned by Oppo now, so I mean, that kind of explains it.
That's true. At least they're still touting really fast charging. I don't know.
Yeah.
We like to talk about that a lot, yeah. Like
Yeah.
ultra, super, mega charging with your like 500-watt power brick.
Let's talk about that for a moment. First of all, imagining charging a phone at that high of a rate hurts my soul.
Gotta
That's
go
just telling
fast.
me that that battery is being pushed to its limit, that's literally killing itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurts me a bit.
It's a rough one. But hey, like half your battery is back in like 2 seconds. So I mean,
Oh, and the other reason why it hurts me is, why do you make this proprietary standard? Why not just use PD? Just use USB-C power delivery. You could pump as much power as you realistically want through that thing,
yeah,
especially for a mobile device.
true. It's wild. It's wild how much power you can get out of USB C. Heck, the MacBook Pro's thing charger thing is now a USB C plug-in.
You can also get MagSafe if you want.
That is true. Oh, I have something that can use MagSafe. Anyway,
But
that uses MagSafe. But yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, USB-C is one of the better cords out there.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, you remember the old micro USB days?
Oh yes.
Remember the old grinding noise that you always heard whenever you unplugged and replugged it back in?
Yeah. You're you're very well aware of the two sharp spikes at the top because it makes itself known by like literally trying to drag it. It's like clawing onto the ceiling, like kicking and screaming, trying to get it out of the port. Like I mean, thank you. You're doing your job, but you're doing your job a little too well. I actually need the cord out. Thank you very much.
I know that people are complaining so much about Lightning now, and rightfully so. Lightning is an outdated connector in almost every single regard. But Lightning versus micro USB, Lightning was a godsend.
Back in the heyday, back in the micro USB days, Lightning had its time. Lightning maintained its time on the throne. You can plug it in either way, and it's universe or it's symmetrically shaped and not like one side's flat with prongs and the other side's a bowl.
Ugh. But, man, technology has come a far way.
It has. It really, really has. It's kind of crazy. It's almost scary, really.
Yeah.
It's almost amazing that was it. We're like I feel like at least for us, we're in that nice like middle. We're in that middle like tech generation where we're still able to grow up with like OG like computers with like Mac OS and Windows, but we're like right before like the I guess the up and coming generations that are primarily living off like tablet or phone style or like app style and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. It's interesting to think about like how like different generations treat like how they interact with like figuring out where to put like files or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But every generation will have at least one or two people who has devoted their life to the penguin. I believe the penguin is forever.
It will rule.
Yeah, overall.
It's ruling the back end. It will
Yeah.
rule. It will rule the rest of the world eventually.
Speaking of things that's doing their own thing in the corner.
Well, I mean, you can't really say that's doing his own thing because there's literally just like a million people contributing to it.
That's true.
It's the definition of not doing its own thing.
It's doing everything. Everyone in that corner is literally doing their own thing. There is no collective one thing that everyone's doing. It's just a million mini projects that stemmed from a document that showed what that one thing once was.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, where were we? Where what?
I don't know
Did we
where we
ever
were.
did we ever address Shivam's question involves of cameras and stuff like
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah.
Like
We
budget?
started with that one. We mentioned I talked about that, like the like it added versatility, but the sensors were to be desired.
Yeah. Such is the budget of the budget phones. Got cut somewhere, and I feel like it's always usually the camera that
Yeah.
gets the most of the axe. I mean, I guess it'll get no matter what, it'll get you through your traditional like Instagram post, especially during the day. I'm assuming, but yeah, if you're looking for like your fancy 8K HDR cinematic quality stuff, then yeah,
Uh,
you're gonna be
yeah.
wanting you're gonna be wanting pretty hard on that one.
Or you could just buy yourself an actual camera with money you saved.
That's true. Sometimes it's good to have actual like dedicated stuff to different things. Who knew?
Okay, I
This.
feel like this has been getting a pretty huh?
Oh no, sorry. I was gonna make a thing like, just like I was gonna make a comment like, oh, this webcam's a one trick pony and it's pretty good, but it still has the occasional like
That
technical
glitch.
glitch thing with my hand. So take with that what you will.
I mean, my camera is good, but it it's also a actual DSLR camera.
Yeah, it's a proper camera.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, I feel like this has been going on for quite a bit. It's getting late around where we are.
Yeah, it's been fun. We speculated a little bit over on the upcoming events, but why speculate when the event is literally 6.5 to 7 hours away?
Oh, don't remind me. Anyway, hope you guys like this episode, and yeah, don't forget to join us tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be on both YouTube and Twitch. So be sure to subscribe over on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. You know the whole ordeal. We'll probably make a graphic too over on our social medias, over on Twitter and Instagram. So be sure to follow there, so you can be notified to when we exactly start off the stream. I'm guessing we're gonna try and shoot for around 10 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, or I think that's what, like midnight Pacific Time. But we'll see how that goes, depending on um, when we are able to meet up and if technology decides to cooperate with us on
Yeah,
time.
that took a hot minute over here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the new stream setup stuff. It's always got its lovely little bugs in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
See you.